22.
It's tough because I know I'm supposed to subtract 4.5 years from what I actually think it is, but I also really want to be right, so 28.
37. Like a hot 37. I don't know. Normal human aging is confusing.
I am 25 years old. You are terrible friends.
Oh, we got you presents!
Oh, yeah, right. The pen with no cap, $3, and a hard candy from the free hard candy jar on the counter. Thank you, wise men, for bestowing upon me this wonderful bullshit.
Is she comparing herself to Jesus?
I don't know why you're mad. People should only celebrate their birthday until they're 12. Tops. After that, you're old enough to realize that for everyone else, it's just another awful day that we have to slog through. Happy birthday, by the way. Did I not say that yet?
It's weird that there aren't more coming-of-age stories about dealing with the fact that your birthday stops being a celebration of every year that you're alive and starts to just be an inconvenience for everybody around you.
Hey.
Okay, I think we can all agree that it is the responsibility of coming-of-age movies to remind kids that while growing up is, yes, no piece of cake, at the end, it is necessary and a good thing.
Is this a segue to cake? Are you guys surprising me with cake?
Except in Neverending Story. The creators got so wrapped up in the fantasy world they were building in their universe that they forgot to remind kids that there's a bright side to this inevitable march towards death we're all on.
I don't know if it counts as a coming-of-age story. It's more of a long-winded ad for reading.
Who's the primary antagonist in Neverending Story? That's right, the Nothing. The entire intangible concept of death. It is slowly wiping out every living thing in Fantasia, and we are powerless to stop it. Every day that you are alive is another day that the Nothing is closer to consuming you. Happy birthday, Katie. I also forgot to say it, I think.
I will just sit here and let it take me away too.
And if you actually take a second to process how awful that all is, you get swallowed up by a literal swamp of sadness.
Right! It's clearly meant to be helping kids face the fear of growing up and death, but it offers no solution. When Bastian goes to visit Moonchild, she gives him the real lesson of the movie. Keep the fantasy alive. Stay a kid forever. Embrace Fantasia, because you are not cut out for the real world, bookworm.
But the kid gets a happy ending in the real world. I mean, Bastian and Falcor, they get some sweet bully vengeance.
Is it real life? You see a bunch of luck dragons flying around, weedy kids get revenge in your everyday life? No! That's Bastian giving up on real life and embracing the delusion in which he is the only person powerful enough to stop death. That's not a solution. That's basically telling kids, hey, the real world. Go and live in this strange MMO Neverland.
Right, and that is why I choose Peter Pan. Because it's a similar message, but way worse. So in the Neverending Story, the Nothing, yeah, it could be death, but the evil wolf says that it's like a lack of childhood whimsy or an adult cynicism that's destroying Fantasia.
People have begun to lose their hopes.
But in Peter Pan, you know what the threat is. The progression of time.
No, Soren, the real threat is a pirate that wants to murder children.
No, even Captain Hook is susceptible to time. It's one of the only Disney movies where they give the villain a humanizing fear, and the name of that fear is Tick-Tock the Croc. Time manifested in the gaping, unfathomable jaws of a killer crocodile, and even sounds like a clock. It's just waiting for you to slip up.
But the real protagonist in that movie, Wendy, learns the right lesson. She goes back to the real world where people grow up because she knows it's the right thing to do.
Sort of, but in Hook, we see that Wendy convinced Peter Pan to go back with her, and what happens? 30 plus years of him forgetting everything and becoming this dick who doesn't have time to play with his own kids, aka every kid's fear of what adulthood is like. And that happens to Peter Pan. Not even he is safe from the ravages of time. And he was the coolest kid of them all.
Point of order, he wears tights.
The point of the two movies is, we were wrong. Growing up sucks. Don't do it. Stay a kid forever, even if it's in your own mind. Which, by the way, is pretty much the thesis of every Robin Williams movie ever made. Patch Adams, Jumanji, Mrs. Doubtfire. Every single one of those movies, he deliberately solves his problems by not growing up. He shirks adult responsibility, and it works.
So he's right. What do you do for a living? Someone pays you to write essays about how Rocco's modern life was secretly a postmodern one. Permanent childhood. And that's why the real right answer can't be any movie with that nurture your inner child forever bullshit. That's not enough. It has to be a movie where a child hates the idea of growing up so much that he straight up physically murders every adult version of himself. Yes, that movie exists. It's called Gremlins.
Whoa, Gremlins isn't a coming-of-age story.
Maybe not for the humans. What about the Mogwai? Okay, at its core, the Gremlins franchise is about a species that starts off cute, curious, and adorable, and then matures into slippery, sin-loving, awesome monsters. That is the natural life cycle of the gremlin. If you're a little kid watching that movie, that metamorphosis looks an awful lot like all your fears about puberty.
Can't be the natural life cycle of the gremlin. It was a mistake that they turned into gremlins in the first place.
Why? Because they fed them after midnight? Okay, so you become a gremlin when you finally start dictating your own bedtime and when you get to eat dinner. I mean, seriously, if humans had to live by Mogwai rules, you think we'd patiently sit around this table chatting? An empty table?
And pregnant.
Exactly. It's too easy. Every Mogwai would eventually pubesce into a monster that loves drinking, smoking, and porno. Can you think of a better metaphor for growing up than turning into a gremlin?
Oh, okay. A newborn baby horse that's all gooey and sweaty standing up for the first time.
Leftover mayonnaise that grows
A
first.
hawk taking flight at dawn.
Rhetorical. And, incidentally, Gizmo should fear turning into a gremlin. It seems awful. But does he give up and ship off to some Mogwai Neverland? No. He systematically exterminates all the adult gremlins in a gremlin holocaust. Gremlins run! And in Gremlins 2, he does it using remote-controlled cars and by playing dress-up. This is a stubborn child who hates adulthood so much that he kills it with toys. You strip out Phoebe Cates and her boyfriend and all the humans, Gizmo's lesson is basically that it's better to be dead than to get any older than you are right now. Maybe he was right.
Happy birthday, Katie.
Soren, I got you cake, by the way.
Oh, they were telling me they don't do free cake here. Katie? Didn't you assume she'd cover the cake? It's her birthday.
Yeah. Roll sound. Roll cameras. And action. Hey YouTube, thanks for watching. Make sure you watch our other videos and subscribe. If you want to find out, if you want to tell us what the next episode should be about, write it in the comments.
Don't do that.
We're not going to
actually
do that.
We wouldn't.
The next episode's already
You
written.
don't know what you're doing.
Has
We do.
been shot.
I mean,
You've
we're
no power in this
professionals. We know what we're
situation.
doing. You're here to watch
Thanks
it.
for watching.
Actually.